Thank you, friend. More models. It just keeps on going, man. Look at that. The Harb. Oh, wow.
Logan's Run there. He's following him right across from Logan's Run.
Yeah.
It should look like it. Yes, it's ridiculous. That's funny.
Yeah, what movies did he work models on? Do you know? Some.
Project Making Moonbase by Heinlein. Anyway, you mentioned that, but when I was with Jack for 43 years, he did 5,500 design sketches on all aspects of the culture, even clothing. But so these are just some of the models that he drew. And these were made like, sometimes we would make a wood shape, and then we'd take plastic and heat it in the oven and pull it over.
Oh, yeah.
Like a mold, but they're made all different ways. Like this is PVC, heated and squished, and then cut so it doesn't flare out on the ends. And these are really, they were unique in terms of how they were made too. But these are very simple. They'd be very simple to make. All of them would be very simple to make and pleasant. Yeah.
I'll show you why in a minute.
Jacques tended more toward this, like over a precipice on a mountain with a structure and then a dome overhanging over the mountain, like this.
Right.
Yeah. So these are cities in the sea, and they're not just made for leisure, but these are labs where people could work on cleaning up the oceans, getting pharmaceuticals from the oceans, getting food from the oceans, getting energy. So this is hydroponics, or aeroponics, whatever. But this is another example of redesigning things. The cargo ships come with the train compartments, and they're automatically taken off, but it can take 3 or 4 days. So Jacques came up with taking a whole section off, putting a section in and taking off, or taking off a section and putting the ship back together at that point. But, yeah. And he was even showing how bridges could be made automatically and carry that over by this catamaran, and they'd all turn, they'd all turn at the same time, and then they'd lock in place. So, he also showed that you can live anywhere you want, with all the amenities, the helicopter, the ship. And he always felt like people would want to live in the city because it was safer. You have all the amenities, you have the health, you have anything you want.
Everything helps. That's how they survived in down to South America.
Venezuela.
No, farther south. By Cape Horn. Was Argentina.
Argentina,
In 2002, they went into economic collapse. It took them 10 years to recover. They lost power for 6 months in the entire country because nobody was doing any services. Yeah, there was a whole write-up from the national security military about how they solved that problem. The only way they got away from it was community living. Then to bring it back, because the inner cities became death zones, people eating each other to survive.
Yeah, I think that would happen anywhere.
Yeah, the idea was they could have it here, they could have it there, so that's why it was written out. Wish I had a copy of it.
Yeah, I'd love to see that. Well, who wrote it up?
National security.
NSA stuff, yeah.
So these are some pictures of the models that shot with special effects. You learned how to take it from a brown line shot with shading and dramatic views. So it looks real.
So a lot of these went into Hollywood movies, and things like that, or not? Or
No,
just
these
did
went
it?
into our own videos.
Right, but, okay.
Yeah.
That one over there, there's Logan's Run. The movie Logan's Run.
Which one?
This one right here. This one right here. Both of these would be structures or any movie Logan's Run. As well as you can see them.
The head animator for the Star Trek series worked on some other
good man.
He ended up.
I'm sorry, I'm in your
Do you mind? So,
So it could be that's what those came, that could have been actually in the movie I've seen.
It also reminds me that there was some Starship Troopers there, like from Children's Society.
Oh yeah, Buenos Aires. Yeah. Uh huh.
Sarah.
It reminds me a little of that.
so I want to show you,
Also, the school is everything.
I want to show you
So
this.
regardless if you got credit,
Yeah, it's not going to get rid of it. John worked a lot, and I said he did a prefabricated concept of World War II, 10 men, 8 hours, went together very quickly and very inexpensive. And I don't know if I mentioned that it was shown in Warner Brothers Studios. I know I was talking to Morris about that, he was asking. But it was shown in Warner Brothers Studios because they thought it was one of the best houses in America. And it was 43,000 people went through, and they paid $2, and it went to the cancer fund. And the people that backed shot asked somebody from Frank Lloyd Wright's studio to come check it out, and he said, "Never go together. It'll never work." And the supporters didn't know what to do, but they continued backing shot. And the thing was that it had a lot of extrusions that were very, very complicated that had never been done before. An extrusion is, and people know what it is?
Like Play-Doh.
I don't.
No, it's
Push.
the die is this U shape. You take a big billet of aluminum and you heat it and you push it through the die and it comes out like 100 feet, 200 feet. You can cut it however you want, and they sell it as a structural piece. These are extrusions. This is like a J extrusion. An extrusion can be like even a cake frosting. If you have a certain tip, and you squeeze
Edges.
the tube or frosting, it comes out like a flower or a petal. That's where I was talking about where a kid takes a shit, and that's really the first extrusion. You know, that's where you get ideas. But since Jacques worked when he was young with a lot of extrusions, he told the extrusion company to make a product. Because, you know, this lasts forever, it will never break down, you get much more per foot if you make a product. So this is the first ruler you could pick up. He was a draftsman, so he made a ruler. And, you know, when you put your pen on the edge, your ink pen, capillary action brings it onto the drawing underneath. So he made these two lips here that pull the ruler up off the paper. And today you see plastic rulers like without the lid, but with, you know, in every drugstore with a handle like this. So he tried to produce these things, and he called it Change the Rules. But he, you know, he did little shit like this, not that he was interested, just to get some money to go back in his lab to work on things that nobody knew what the hell he was working on, new energy systems or a knee prosthetic. He worked on a lot of, when I met him, he was doing hundreds of surgery instruments.
Biomedical.
And prosthetics. So that's what he wanted to do. And he would say that, you know, he was a world's worst businessman. He could not regulate. You know, he had $50, he was working on the knee thing, he would put it into the knee thing, and he was almost there.
When your
And then-
mind works that fast, it's easy to.
Yeah. And so then he had to auction off everything because he wouldn't pay the rent, you know. He never had much money. But anyway, he would make other things with extrusions, and these went through a hurricane and flood, so they're kind of messed up. But this is your die, this shape, and you push it through, and then you punch holes, and this, he smoked a pipe, so this was a pipe holder. And then this was for your matches, and this was for your pipe cleaners. So because he did a lot of extrusions, he put them into the trend home, that low-cost home. And because they showed it at Warner Brothers, the guy from Frank Lloyd Wright's office came over to Jacques and he was going to shake his hand and said, "Nice job." And Jacques said, "Never talk like that. Never say, it can never happen. Say, I don't know how to make it happen. Never say it'll never work. Say, I don't know how to make it work."
Take responsibility in
Yeah,
your
but-
thoughts and your words.
But you wipe out things just because you have a certain position and other people don't, and you're probably wrong.
It's not a dead end. Yeah.
So Jacques came out with, this is before 3D houses, Jacques came out with extruding entire housing structure as you're extruding it, and you cut it here, and you bring it on site, and then you just plug it in. And you can make any, you can make various shapes. And I think he's got some of those pictures here, and some of those pictures over there with the pieces putting it in place. But that's just for quick housing.
Why white?
Well, in Florida, it reflects the sun. Could be any color. It wasn't, yeah.
Passive solar thing, yeah.
I just
Keeps it.
wondered if you just married to white for some reason.
No, he did end up using it because of that.
Yeah,
So
green.
so that's a great question. So when it comes to like, so all the designs would mimic Philadelphia art, which are would shift the designs, the color scheme, everything to mimic the environment so that it will
Well, I don't know if he tried to mimic the environment so
Yeah.
well, but to work within the environment, so
Right, right,
very
right.
efficient. He talked about like in a desert area, you can, I don't know if you know what a Fresnel lens is? It's a
No.
flat lens.
Okay.
You know what a Fresnel lens is? Yeah, and you can feel the grooves in there. It's like, anyway, it's a flat lens. So he used to want to do that in the desert and then surrounding it, because of the hot sun, it points to a pinnacle, a Fresnel lens. But he would work with the environment.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
The whole idea is to cancel Mother Nature, not beat her to death.
yeah, take advantage of the environment.
That makes
So
a lot of sense.
these were cable-stay buildings. This goes into the ground and it's held up like a bridge.
Oh,
And there's no structure inside. It's all open space. We like those. Oh, that's nice.
That's the Enviro house?
What is?
That's
a model.
This is big. It's not- But it's in Byron House. This is a house designed to handle 300-mile-an-hour winds.
Yeah.
It floats.
I can,
Floating dome.
yeah, it's a floating dome.
It's pretty much
so you
the
can
dome
put it
hole.
Where there are tsunamis and hurricanes and that kind of thing. It'll handle high-speed winds at 300 mile an hour. And I can 3D print it. I can make it out of hemp.
It's a model of a dome he's doing, and they could be made out of hemp.
Industrial hemp.
And,
Very
very nice.
And I can 3D print the whole structure, so mass produce them 2 a day, kind of
Well,
thing.
one of the main things we're doing in this regional city that we're trying to get off the ground is 3D printing a lot out of hemp, ideally, yeah.
See, I'm not the only one with that idea.
Yep.
So we should stay in touch.
We got the resource chain here. It's happening. We can grow it.
We grow it.
We plant the seeds of the garden of change and watch it grow.
So these are some bridges that Jack did, and this is a covered bridge with a monorail underneath.
Oh, yeah.
No, I didn't catch that. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And this is really the only true monorail. This is one rail, and this is a monorail. It would go this way, and then one would be going this way.
Right, so they're all in the same pole structure. That's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Side saddle. Side saddle.
This.
I was gonna ask about
The Epcot Center on steroids.
Buckminster Fuller.
I said on steroids.
On steroids. Not even close.
Just the dome. I just
It's
didn't
like the
see it.
agricultural thing, and that's the only interesting thing.
I haven't been in Disney World since the 90s, so I don't
And
know.
they haven't changed it.
No,
They have not changed
that's
it.
it.
The Earth computer.
This is the brain and nervous system of the city. This is, of course, this would be before the internet came up with this, but this would probably be very small. But this is a real demonstration of the Earth, and you can tell where planes are, and you can tell where
Real-time
plants-
resources
yeah,
and
you
everything.
can tell where plants are diseased and all that. But you can go to the computers and ask anything you want. As I said, it was before the internet. But, the way he looked at democracy was, if you have an infection in your toe and it goes to your head and it says, I'm going to do a 3-month study. By that time you have gangrene up to your waist. How inefficient it is. And it's similar, like if the brain says, I do all the thinking, I want all the nutrients. And then the heart says, well, I pump your blood, I want everything you get. And the liver says, you know, I filter the blood. I want what everybody else gets. So everything in the body gets whatever it needs, whenever it needs it. And talking about biomimicry, this is where Jacques got his design for the governance of the city. But you have electrical tentacles in all aspects of the culture, and the industry, and the environment, so you can make appropriate decisions. Today, that's the only thing that would enable you to do that. So that was his government.
There it is. Yeah, information.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. In real time, and so you can change it as quickly as possible.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Real world model. Modeling is everything. You can see it two-dimensionally all you want until you start to experience it in 3 dimensions or something that you can actually feel and touch. That's the only way that we make that bridge. Yeah.
We'll go to one more building.
Let's see. I think I know how to figure this out. All right. Nice.